Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to get set up on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Hi, everybody. How are you? My loyal royalties. Gosh, I don't know which camera to look at. I'm doing the YouTube and Facebook Live. All right. Okay, so there's something I want to share with my viewers today, or tonight rather. Shabbat Shalom. I hope all is well. Um, I hope everybody's staying safe. Yeah, and I hope you're having a great evening. All right. For those of us who keep the Sabbath or Shabbat Shalom. Okay. All right. There. My live might be a little bit lengthy tonight because I have a list of things that I would love to go through with you. So please bear with me, and I'm not going to sit and wait for anyone to come on the live or for a certain amount of people to come on the live because I really don't have the patience for it. The live can be viewed. Oh my goodness. Hi Angela, how are you? Welcome to the live. If you see me, my eyes switching from top to bottom, I am doing both Facebook and YouTube live. So I have two cameras in front of me. So, all right. I'm going to try to be real quick about this. But of course, if you don't want to sit and watch the live, that's fine. You can always watch it later. You can fast forward, rewind, whatever you'd like to do. That's fine with me. Okay? As long as you kind of get what I'm talking about, or you kind of understand what I'm talking about. All right. I have a list here, so you might see me taking my take my eyes off the camera for a little bit because I need to glance at my list so that I don't leave anything out. And of course, at the end of this video, if there's anything that I've left out, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. This is just to help everybody, okay? We're all going to need this. Okay, so I'm going to talk about getting ready and being prepared in the case of an emergency, especially when it comes to natural disasters, okay? So let me remind us that natural disasters can be severe. See, this is why this is why I do not like to do the live, because I can't edit anything out. When I make an error, I cannot edit it. It's just gone, right? So a natural disaster is it can be very severe, okay, and of course devastating. So nobody wants to be in that predicament, of course, and especially when we're not prepared, okay? That's the most devastating part. And of course, it can still be devastating when we are fully or very prepared. All right, so I want to go through a list of things tonight. I have a whole bunch of stuff in front of me. You should see my coffee table. I don't want to move the cameras right now because it took me a little while to kind of set them up and get them positioned in the way they are right now. So, but you should see the amount of stuff that I have in front of me. Okay, so let me begin by saying that especially in the Caribbean and the southern parts of the United States of America, this time of the year, as a matter of fact, from June 1st through November sometime, I think it's the ending of November, it's the hurricane season, correct? And so these are the times that we need to start getting ourselves prepared. The first thing we're going to do is go to the grocery store or go shopping for, have your emergency list ready. Have it at hand. And I would say be prepared throughout the whole year. No joke. I'm not joking. Be prepared. There's a saying that goes like this. Let me try to remember it. Prepared, hope for the best, but hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. These are the days we're living in. Natural disasters are highly likely to happen, okay? Especially in the southern states, like I mentioned before, and in the Caribbeans, all right? Right now, we know that there is a threatening hurricane, and according to, if I'm not mistaken, according to the weather forecast or the meteorologists, they're saying that it's heading towards Florida. Okay, so we just want to start getting ourselves prepared if we are not yet prepared. I started getting myself prepared because ever since I moved to Florida about 4 years ago, I started practicing to be prepared for hurricanes and certain types of disasters because of how it is down here. All right, I'm not gonna chit chat too much longer. I am just gonna get through the list and show you some of the things that we really, really, really need to have at hand. All right, so let me start off with water. Okay, it is very important to have cases and cases of water. Sorry, oh my gosh, cases and cases of water in your houses. Okay, it is no joke when there's a hurricane or a tornado or whatever other natural disasters that you encountered. It is no joke when the water is turned off or the water is contaminated. You want to have cases and cases of open water. I will highly suggest or recommend that each time you go to the grocery store, pick up a case of water. You cannot, and let me repeat, you cannot have too much water. Having a certain area in your house, okay, where you will stack the water, okay? And I have my special spot where I will stack the cases of water. So you want to make sure that you have that down. All right. And especially if you see water on sale, pick it up. Make sure you pick it up. Whether you think you need another case or not. You cannot have too much water, okay? The next thing I want to go through, like I said, I don't want to prolong this live. The next thing I want to talk about on my list is food. A lot of people do not like canned food, okay? A lot of people do not like canned food. And of course, a lot of people are allergic to canned food. A lot of people have had a very bad experience with canned food, like food poisoning and stuff like that. So, but there are other non-perishable items that you can purchase at the grocery store that doesn't necessarily have to be in the can. But for those of us who are okay with canned food, make sure that you're stocking up on canned food. Again, stock up on canned food. All right. Make sure you have a manual can opener. A lot of us love to use the electrical stuff. Nothing is wrong with that. That's fine. But what happens when the power outage happens? You're stuck. Unless you know how to use a knife, like myself, to open a can, because I've taught myself and practiced over the years. to open a can with a knife if my can opener is broken or something. So if you're not able to do that, make sure you have a manual can opener. You're going to need that. So stock up on all the non-perishable stuff. Videos on YouTube that shows you how to preserve certain types of food that can last up to 20 years. Oh yeah. In buckets and certain types of containers. So you can also check out those videos. I can't remember the name of any of them now, but you might want to check out some of those videos. They have so much information of how you can be properly prepared for certain types of disasters or or catastrophe, the same thing that comes our way. So you can check those channels out. Just go on YouTube and type in a word like how to prepare or how to preserve food and stuff like that, and a bunch of videos will come up. Okay, and you can subscribe to these channels. All right, let's move on. Supplies. You are going to need to have supplies on your list. Hi, sis. Yes, okay. I'm going to bring them on. I just saw that. I wasn't like reading any of the comments because I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying focused on the camera. But yes, I'm going to bring them on the camera. Definitely. It's just that the food items, I just don't want to like take my camera to my pantry or anything like that. But I have a ton of things on my coffee table right now. But I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. And I also made a video, a Reels video, some time ago. And I don't know how many of you have seen it. It's very brief. It's a few seconds in length. You can go and check it out. But I'm going to make a better one, a much better one. As soon as I get the chance or as soon as I have time, I'm going to make a much better one. But I really wanted to do this live because in the Reels, the videos are so short because they have a limited amount of time. And so you can't get to, record much. All right. So, okay, so I'm going to go through all the stuff I have on my table. I'm going to show you guys, and I'm not doing this because I'm thinking that anyone is inadequate or don't know how to prepare and don't know how to, it's not about that. It's about reminding us that we're in the hurricane season, and besides the hurricane season, you never know when you get up tomorrow, you turn on your TV and the news come up with something that causes us again to, what happened recently. So we just want to make sure that we're being prepared at all times. Okay, just make that extra sacrifice and be prepared. It won't hurt. Okay, I promise you. All right, so let me move on the list. So make sure you have on your list, I will suggest, like, those little portable stove. Maybe you have like the coal stove that some of us use back in the rural areas. I'm gonna bring them on the camera. Hi, Leroy. Welcome. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring them on the camera. As I talk about certain things, the stuff that I don't have, I am not, I obviously can't bring them on the camera, but the stuff that I have, I'm going to bring them on the camera. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna, if you stick with me a little bit longer, I'll bring it on. Okay. Just be patient. I'm going to bring it all on. You'll be surprised to see the amount of things that's in front of me right now. All right. So yeah, the little, portable stove, you might want to have that, stack away. You never know. 'Cause again, when the electricity is out, you don't want to be stuck. So if you live in an apartment, like the apartment buildings or the apartment complex, they have a ton of rules. What you can have in your apartment, what you can have in your apartment. So when you have a private house, there are you can have obviously whatever you want, but certain things are restricted. So we just have to work around it and just come up with alternatives. So for those of you who have your private homes, you know, the little you can even go to Amazon to find these little stove. They're like 2 burners and they're flat, like about this high. And also the next option is a coal stove. The charcoal that you use on those coal stove, that's another option. And you just have to, obviously use these things carefully. All right. And then you want to have for the burner, the 2 burner or the 1 burner portable stove, you just have to be careful with the fuel that's used to light that stove. It's if you're not careful, because there's something which I'm going to talk about a little bit more later. It's called carbon monoxide. You want to be careful of carbon monoxide because that is an odorless gas and it's very deadly. You don't want that. It has, like I said, it's odorless. So you want to make sure that you're using it properly and you're following specifically the instructions on that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start bringing some things on the camera for you. I have, when the electricity is out during those times, a hurricane and tornado and all that stuff, you want to make sure that you have a backup plan, okay? You want to make sure that you have your lantern. Yes, madam, and yes, sirs. You want to make sure you have your lantern. Oh my gosh, my nails are a mess. All my nails broke at work between yesterday and today. So I can't believe. But you know what? The nails are not as important right now. This what I'm doing right now is very important. So just ignore my nails. So you want to have a lantern. And in this lantern, let me do one thing at a time. The lantern, you can get both the lantern and the oil lamp. You can get these at Walmart, and you can also, of course, get them on Amazon. Okay, I bought mine at Walmart. I think I did, or was it Amazon? I think it was Walmart. Yeah, it was Walmart. So you can have a little lantern like this. There's a certain type of oil. I think you can use kerosene oil. And when you go to buy the lantern, they have the oil, compatible oil next to it. So you choose the one that, so this is oil lantern, and it gives you instructions here of how to fill it up and how to light it. And it has what you call a wick on the inside and a knob on the side. For those of you who are not from the rural parts of Jamaica and other Caribbean islands and other rural parts of the of the world, this is how you use a lantern. And then I have here the oil lamp. These are from the same company, by the way. Okay, this is the oil lamp. And those of us, again, from the rural part of Jamaica, we used to use these in our homes. Okay, so it has a wick on the inside, and of course it had on the bottom. This is where you will pour the oil, and this is to adjust the wick. Okay, so you want to have these at hand. Okay, you want to have these. You want to go out and get these already, purchased and in your homes. And see, I have extra wicks. Okay. I made sure I pick up extra one because these can burn out pretty quickly. Okay, so instructions are on there for you to use them. And some of us probably don't need instructions because we used to use these back home. All right. So you want to have these as backups. And the next thing that you can use for backup lights when the power is out are candles. These are battery operated candles. I love these. These are soft. I have 4 of these in my bedroom. Oh my gosh, they just make the atmosphere so welcoming, feel so relaxing. They're not bright. I don't like bright light. I like dim light, and these are actually dim. But they have the brighter ones that you can purchase. And these are battery operated. These use again, I bought these at Walmart. So you can also get them on Amazon. So these are AA batteries, okay? And they use 2, okay? So I have 4 of these. I love these. But there is also a switch in the bottom where you want to, when you're not using them, you want to turn it off because these will burn your batteries out real fast, okay? All right, you want to make sure you have your lighter. Don't forget your lighter. Some of us might want to use the match, or what we say in Jamaica, matches, where there's sulfur on the end of the stick and sulfur on the side of the box, and you just strike it. You might want to do that. I prefer to use these. These have fuels in them, okay? Or fuel in them. The next option is candles, the regular candles, okay? And they smell so good. Smell. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? This one is Caribbean Sea Breeze. Oh, love it. Oh, it smells so good. It makes the house smell fresh and clean. Not that I don't clean my house, I clean my house, but it just gives the atmosphere a beautiful, fresh smell. So even during those times, this can bring some sort of comfort and relaxation, not just to bring light, but to bring warmth and comfort. Okay, so you might want to have a couple of these or a few of these at hand. All right, so that's it for the backup lights. You want to have a disinfectant. You want to have bleach, maybe, or any other type of disinfectant. You want to make sure you have toilet paper. You want to make sure you have dishwashing soap, tongue-tied. Yeah, and you want to make sure, before I go any further, let me backtrack to the water. So, of course, like I said before, you're going to have your drinking water, bottles and cases and cases of drinking water. You also want to make sure that you have containers that you can fill up, okay, and store somewhere in your house. I wouldn't start filling them up now, maybe not, but when you the first news you get about a threatening disaster, you start doing that, okay? Because maybe these containers are containers that you're already are in use. So when the time comes, you just empty them out. Maybe you have things that are stored in them. You just empty them out and use them as water containers. Because when the water is gone or it's contaminated, you don't want to get stuck not being able to take a bath or a shower, okay, the good old-fashioned way. And I will strongly advise that after you take a bath or shower, don't throw the water away. Save it for flushing the toilet, because you don't want to waste all that good clean water to flush the toilet. You want to use the water that's already used to flush the toilet during those times, okay? It only makes sense. I mean, you don't have to do it, it's just a suggestion, okay? So you don't really have to do that, but I will suggest that you do that, okay? And what else? There was something else that I wanted to touch on that, and I can't remember it, but when it comes back to me, I will remind you. If there's anything that I leave out at the end of the video, please let me know, because we're here to remind each other, to learn together, and to prepare together, okay? I don't want to keep all this information to myself. And I know some people be like, oh, well, I know what to do, whatever. And then when the time comes, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. Like right now, what we're doing is reminding you about, different things that you need to have on your emergency supply list. That way you're like, okay, I have this down and I have that down. You don't leave anything out, really. Okay? You don't want to get stuck in those times. Okay? I mean, you can't be too prepared, but you can be prepared enough. Does that make sense? All right. Laundry detergent. Even though you might want to have laundry detergent in your house, you're probably going to have to prepare to hand wash. Okay? If you don't know how, start practicing. Oh yeah, that's right. I said it. Start practicing how to hand wash. You know what? I'm going to do a video to show you. Well, my fellow Jamaicans and Caribbean people, don't be offended, please. And Africans, don't be offended. I want to show those who they don't know anything about that stuff, okay? Because, you know, I want when the time comes, or if the time comes, nobody gets stuck, okay? And we're able to survive, okay? It's a survival thing. All right. So we want to make sure that we have the regular, what do you call it? Toiletry things, you know, all your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your body wash, your body soap, whatever, your deodorant, all that stuff. You want to make sure you stock up on those as well, okay? Because you don't want to go start using the laundry detergent to take a bath or a shower, right? Okay. I'm going to be showing you some other things, but when I get to it, I'll show you. You want to make sure that you have your medicine, the over-the-counter. Okay. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the live. Welcome. But I'm missing all the comments right now. I'll read them after. I'm so sorry if I'm not saying anything to you or acknowledging you. I'm just trying to get through this list, and I don't want to bore you either. So I'm just trying to get through it really quickly. I know I talk a lot sometimes. I really do. And I know I take forever to get to the point. I know I do. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but I'm going to try to get through this, okay? And I don't like to be on the live anyway, so. All right, so let's keep going. So medication. For those of you who are on medication, or you need to, or even if you're not on medication, but you want to have the over-the-counter medications like Tylenol, Advil, what else? Help me out. Tylenol, Advil, whatever other medication for probably headache or a cough or something like that. You want to have those at hand. Prescription medication, you definitely want to make sure that you have your prescriptions filled ahead of time. Because nothing is worse than when you're supposed to get your medication and the doctor's office is closed because of the hurricane or whatever disaster is happening, okay? You don't want to get stuck. So you want to make sure you have those. So NyQuil, I have Robitussin, Dimetapp, Tylenol, and make sure you have for everybody, in the house, like not just for children, but, for adults. And if you're not a fan of taking medication, make sure you have some good home remedy. I'm not really big on taking medication. I just use them as some kind of a backup plan. But make sure you have some good old-fashioned home remedy at hand, okay? So, and again, you might not be able to make up any home remedy because some of them calls for, boiling something on the stove or whatever. So it all depends on what it is. So you want to make sure, but you still want to make sure you have some home remedy at hand. You want to make sure that you have hand sanitizer. Oh God, I feel like I'm all over the place. You want to make sure you have a hand sanitizer. This is just a small, thing, but make sure you have a big container. I didn't want to pull out the whole case that I have there, but make sure you have like a big container, of it. And wipes. You can have that and wipes, or that or wipes, okay? What else? Oh, you want to make sure you have your Vicks. You want to make sure you have your thermometer, okay? And this is a very good oil, eucalyptus oil. Eucalyptus oil. Did I say it right? Did I pronounce it correctly? Eucalyptus oil. You want to make sure you have this as well, okay? All right. Before I go any further, I want to introduce you to my first aid kit. So this you can get pretty much anywhere. You can get this at CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, Walgreens, Amazon. You can get this anywhere, so there's no excuse not to have one of this in your house. I've had one of these in my house for, oh my gosh, it's probably close to 20 years. I threw it out not too long ago. I rotate the things in there, the items in there, but I had the case itself for a long time, and I just threw it out and I bought a new one. And in here, you want to make sure that you have this at hand. This has everything that you need in case of an emergency, okay? I'm not going to go through all of this right now, but yeah, it has gloves, hand sanitizer, hand wipe, gauze, Band-Aids, you name it. You know what's in here. If you're not sure, you can just Google it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Yeah, so you want to have this alongside the, oh my gosh, this is the worst. Gosh, okay, I'll try to close this when I'm done. So, but you want to make sure you have a first aid kit, okay? You want to make sure you have your blood pressure device, okay? If you're someone who has issue with blood pressure, you want to have this. You want to make sure that you have this and whatever other device that you need to check your health. You want to make sure that you have those, and make sure you have batteries that are compatible with those devices. All right, I'm still going through the list here, guys. I'm still going through the list. You want to make sure that you have batteries. You want to make sure that you have batteries. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but you want to make sure that you have batteries of all sizes. AA, AAA, the big ones, what do you call those? I'm not sure, but you want to make sure you have all types of batteries. And the thing is, if you start early to stack up on your supply list, you know, you won't be overwhelmed. I'm trying to close this thing. You won't be overwhelmed, you know. But if you wait until the last minute and then you're running around trying to get this and trying to get that, chances are you won't find what you're looking for, because everybody's probably waiting on the last minute like you. And then guess what? By the time you get to the grocery store, all the water is gone off the shelf. You can't find, oh gosh, I don't know how to close this thing. You can't find this and you can't find that. A lot of things are gone off the shelf because you wait for the last minute. So start getting things little by little, here and there, every trip you make to at the grocery store. Today you might pick up a case of water. Tomorrow you might pick up a couple extra packs of batteries. Another day you might pick up a bottle of Tylenol. Another day you might pick up an oil lamp, you know, or a lantern or an oil lamp. Another day you might pick up one of these, you know, just little by little until you get, that's what I did. You know, I'm going to now show you everything after I'm done. I'm not done yet. I'm not through the list yet. I'm going to show you everything on here. You just want to make sure you're prepared. Okay, you don't want to be stuck in these emergency situations. Okay. Okay. So let me continue to go through my list. You also want to make sure that you have these. Yes, I know. Nobody likes these. Everybody hates these now. This is like a phobia now. But guess what? You want to have these, a few of these, or a pack of these, stashed away or tucked away, because in those emergency situation times, you don't know if you're going to need these, and you don't want to get stuck. Unless you have handkerchiefs that you can tie around your face or whatever. But I will strongly suggest that you have a few masks, okay? Medical masks. And of course, gloves. Make sure you have a pack of gloves. I know that there are gloves here in the first aid kit, but you want to have an extra pack of gloves, okay? Okay, what else? Oh, flashlights. You want to make sure you have flashlights. These flashlights are so old. I've had these flashlights way before my son was even thinking about being conceived. Okay, so these flashlights, they're in really good condition. They still work. They just don't have any batteries in them right now. I have to put batteries in them, but they still work. And so you might want to make sure that you have flashlights as well. So yeah, you have the options that you have for lights are the oil lamp, the lantern, the oil lamp, the candles, the battery candles, and the regular candles, your lighter, your flashlight, and so on. All right. I want to introduce you to my little radio. I love this. I actually got this from Amazon. So this is an emergency alert radio. Let me tell you how cool this is. You're going to want to buy one of these. And I got this from Amazon. Oh my gosh. Brand new. I haven't used it yet because I just bought it. Let me tell you something about this. It is very small, but it's also a flashlight. Look at it. And of course, I got it in my favorite color, green. Everybody knows that green is my favorite color. The whole world knows that green is my favorite color. So yeah. So please stop looking at my nails, guys, because they're a mess right now. Just look at the radio, please. I'm trying to hide my nails here. They're all broken and everything. So this is an emergency what do you call it again? What did I just say? It's an emergency alert radio. That's right. So, of course, it is also solar. So guess what? You don't even have to use battery for this. This will not eat up all the batteries that you have trying to save. This is actually solar. So you know what? You can just try to get it out there in the sun before, the emergency situation starts. But you know what? I don't know. I have not used it yet. Maybe you don't even have to put it in the sun or anything. How does it work? How does the solar work? All right. I think I need to read the instructions. But I remember back in the day, like when I was a kid, and we used to have those solar watches. Do you remember those? We didn't have to go outside for them to work, right? They worked inside as well. I think they did. Okay. I think this might be the same thing. Or it might work the same way. So yeah, it's a flashlight and it is super bright. It illuminates the whole place. And then there is something else. Oh, it has there's some listen to that. Oh my gosh, I'm playing with this thing. It's a toy. Let me turn it off. Okay. All right. This is pretty cool. I got it on Amazon. Wait, see? You see how bright that is? That is super bright. Let me turn it off. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So you see, it works without the battery. The solar, takes care of that. See? The solar, what do you call it? Pellets is right here. Okay, it's really cool. I will recommend everybody to get one of these from Amazon. Oh, I am so hot. Is the AC on? Sorry guys, I got so hot. I'll just turn on the fan. The AC, it's like what do you call it? It works on a timer or something, so it comes up. It comes up later. All right. So yeah, this is a very good radio to have. It's a multi thing. It has more than one different type of things, and then it has a what is this? You don't have a complete. Oh, it has a battery area for it looks like size. Oh gosh, I can't see. It's a AAA batteries. It also works with. Yeah. Again, stock up on your batteries as well. All right. So this is a really cool thing to have during the hurricane season or any other emergency situations. Now, let me move to devices. That's right. Your telephone, your tablets, your laptops, and all those stuff. You want to make sure those are completely charged. Always have those charged. And when the electricity is out, you don't want to go crazy on using those. You want to make sure you use one thing at a time. Give yourself like maybe whatever amount of time you choose, so that your battery, because once your battery is out on these devices, remember, you can't charge them because obviously there's no power. So you might want to say to yourself, I'm going to give myself like 20 minutes on the phone. What are you doing on your phone? It could be anything. It could be, going through pictures, going through messages that you receive prior to the electrical outage and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you don't spend too much time to run out your battery. Put your devices on battery save mode, or how do you say it? Battery save mode, right? Make sure you put your devices on that to save your battery. And then your time, give yourself a certain amount of time, how long you're going to be in these devices, so as to save your batteries. Also, your phone, most of us, well, we should all know by now that our phones have a flashlight on there. So you have multiple flashlights. Okay, you have these flashlights, and you have the flashlight on your radio, and you have the flashlight on your devices. So you just want to use these flashlights as last resort. So, okay, you want to save those. Okay, so you want to have your phones. So these are old phones. They don't have any service on them anymore. However, I can still turn them on, and I can still do things on them. So you don't want to throw away your old phone. And even if you give your kids the old phones to play with, make sure that you can recruit them later, okay? Because you might want to use them during that time. And then make sure you have your tablet, always charged, and your laptop. And another thing I want to mention is, if you have a laptop with a CD port, okay, or disc port, I know we don't really use these these anymore, Blockbuster and all. These are not Blockbuster anyways. I've returned all my Blockbuster DVDs. These were purchased or given as gift way back when. So if you want to use if you have any of these saved, and also Walmart still sells DVDs, okay? So for those of you whose computer has a DVD port, you might want to think about using these or saving these, so that when the power goes out and you can't get on YouTube, and you can't get on Facebook, and you can't get on Instagram, and you pretty much can't get on any electronic devices to watch anything as usual. You can't go on Netflix or anything. This is your Netflix. This will be your Netflix. This will be your HBO. This will be your Facebook. This will be, and then again, I think the internet still works when the power goes out for some reason. Yeah, but if it doesn't, well, this will be your Facebook. This will be your Instagram. This will be your everything. Okay, so you want to make sure you have some of these. What else? I think this one belongs to my cousin. I forgot to give it back to her. How many years now? So you want to make sure that your laptop, has, if it doesn't, think about investing in one, so that, when that time comes. All right, another option for leisure when the power is out and you're not, getting bored and frustrated, and you have something to keep you occupied and to keep you besides watching the storm outside, you might want to make sure that you still have your books and you're not selling them, and you're not throwing them away, and you're not giving them away, and you're not donating them. I'm not saying these things are not good habits to have, but you want to reserve some for these trying times, for those devastating times that are ahead, okay, to take your mind off things. So these books, this is just one of my books. one of my many books. You want to make sure books are not outdated, baby. Books are still relevant. Okay, it depends on what type of books though. So you want to make sure that you keep relevant books. Your Bible, of course. Make sure ahead of your book list, on the first thing on your book list will be your Bible. Okay, you want to make sure that you have those at hand to to read, to kick back and read. Okay, all right. Also, last but not least, not exactly last, but I'm getting close to the end. Okay, I don't want to bore you anymore. I hope you find this informative and helpful. Okay, you want to make sure that you have tons and tons of games. Okay, you want to make sure you have tons and tons of games. One of my favorite games of all times is the old Jamaican Ludi board. Woohoo! Yes. You want to have this. If you don't have this in your house, oh my gosh, you're going to be bored out of your wits. Every Jamaican, and I mean every, I don't mean some, I mean every single Jamaican should have one of these, especially when you have to stay in your house due to the strike of a hurricane, okay, or any kind of natural disaster, or any other kind of disaster, whatever it is. You want to have one of these. Are you on my well, you know what, to each his own. To each his own. Why don't you just come on the live and say it? Why are you texting me? Just come on the live and say it. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help everyone to be prepared for the hurricanes and this and that and the other. All right. Another option is chess. I've had this chessboard for so long, it ends up in a bag. I don't know where the box is, but I love chess. I love Ludi, but I love chess. Oh my gosh, chess is just chess for me. Love it, love it, love it. So it doesn't have to be these board games, but it can be any type of board games that you enjoy playing. If you live alone, God help you. I'm so sorry for you. I have my son in the house. I'm good. No, wait. He does not want to play anything. Okay, let me keep my mouth shut. Because it's like I'm by myself in the house. All right. Ignore that. Okay. If you like Sorry, get yourself a Sorry game. Okay? If you like Mancala, it's an African game. This is so much fun. I love this game. My son loves this game too. Yeah, I got to teach him how to play Ludi and chess. Yeah, and chess. Okay, so this is a great game to have as well. Yeah, when you're all locked up, instead of sitting there making babies in the hurricane babies and tornado babies and all kind of babies, get to these games here. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying, don't eat me alive. All right. Then there's another. Okay, there's a puzzles. If you enjoy, I'm not a puzzle person. This is my son's. This is not mine. I can't with puzzles. Yeah, I mean, they're challenging, but they're not fun. But to each his own. You can do puzzles. Monopoly! Yay! Hey, make sure you have one of these if you know how to play. Also, you have Scrabble. You have what's the other game? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my gosh, you have it's almost like this game. Can somebody tell me the name of it? Monopoly. Life. The game is life. Life it is. No, but it's true. It's true, Thadan, if that's how you pronounce your name. No, instead of people sitting down in their houses making babies, everything. Instead of people sitting down making hurricane babies and tornado babies and what else? What else? All kind of lockdown babies. Am I allowed to say lockdown on here? Because there's certain words you can't say, like on YouTube or on Facebook. All right, whatever babies you're making during whatever disaster. These are other options too, okay? You don't need to be like, yeah. I mean, I don't really have a problem with you making all those babies. I really don't, but I just want to, say that, my... I'm not going to say that. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it. It's just another option. That's all. Don't eat me alive. Don't eat me alive. It's just another option. All right. Yeah, what else? What else is there for me to tell you? Oh, don't go yet. Don't go. I'm almost done boring you. Oh my God. I'm almost done boring you. There's one more thing that I need to mention. Oh, two more things. Two. You want to make sure that you have, oh my gosh, this is so heavy. You want to make sure that you have a fire safety thingy, case, whatever you call it. You want to make sure that you have all the important documents in here. Okay? If you don't want to put it in something like this, make sure it is in something safe that will keep them from getting damaged, okay? You can seal them in like really good quality plastic bags or containers, but I prefer to have my important documents in here, okay? So you want to make sure that you have your important documents at hand and you know where to find them, quickly, all right? And last but not least, and then I'm going to leave you alone, and then I'm going to go finish enjoying my Sabbath. You want to have an emergency escape bag. What did I say, class? Repeat. Say emergency escape bag. I think I've been a teacher too long. Okay, so you want to make sure you have an emergency escape bag. Why? Because at any given time, it could be the governor, it could be the president, it could be anybody in government that calls for you to evacuate your city or your town or your state, or just evacuate your home. And you want to make sure when you're evacuating, you have a bag that you can grab that has all the necessary or very important things that you're going to need. I didn't say want, I said need. You want to make sure you have your important documents. You want to make sure you have what I showed you earlier. It doesn't have to be a small suitcase like this. It could be a bag. Just whatever you think is good and convenient for you and will keep your stuff safe. I dropped the lighter. All right, you want to make sure that you have your first aid kit in there. Okay, you want to make sure you have your medication. You want to make sure you have, of course, your phone, you want to have batteries, you want to have your thermometer. You want to have, I think there is a thermometer in the first aid kit. I don't remember, but make sure you have, make sure you check your first aid kit to make sure you have everything that you need in there, okay? For my viewers on YouTube, if you see me keep looking up, I'm looking at the camera that I am doing the live on Facebook. Okay, for my Facebook viewers, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the camera that I'm doing the live for YouTube. Okay, so yeah. Okay, what else do you need to have in that little bag? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. What else do you need to have? Yeah, you need to have your emergency radio, okay, that you will be getting from Amazon. Make sure you get it. And whatever else that you think that is important for you, you can just pick from the list of things that I went through, and just make sure you pick out the ones that, you're not going to pack it up with these games. You have to use wisdom, okay? You have to be smart about what you're doing. You're obviously not going to pack these in there. You're not going to be packing your candles and all that stuff in there. You're just going to pack what's really, important in your little escape bag. Make sure you have, I don't know if I should say a separate bag for like your, like an overnight bag that you will have like a few pieces of change of clothes, and obviously your toiletry and stuff like that. So, but most importantly, you want to always have an escape bag, and it should always be ready. You should not be packing that escape bag at the last minute. Look who's talking. I didn't even pack mine. Well, you know what I did? I took some of the stuff out and put them on my table. I just want to, yeah, I'll show you in a minute. But I do have it. It's not this bag. It's actually another bag that I have as an escape bag. So you just want to make sure that you're not packing your escape bag at the last minute. It should already be packed and always ready for you to just grab and go. If you get the warning or the news or whatever it is, you got to evacuate your house now. You just have to just grab that bag and you're out the door. And you don't have to worry, because everything in that bag is what you really need to be traveling with. Okay. Oh, one more thing. You want to make sure that your car, your gas tank is filled at all times. Make sure your tires are always checked and are in good condition. Again, make sure your gas tank is filled at all times. Because sometimes when the hurricane season is coming around, the gas stations, the lines are like 2-3 hours long. Ain't nobody got time for that. You want to make sure I always try to fill up my gas tank just when it gets to half. I fill it back up. I try not to make it get to empty. The minute it hits half, I try filling it up back. Okay. So you might want to start practicing to do that. That way you're not stuck, because one of the worst things is that, when something happens, you're sitting in a 3-hour line waiting to get gas. And just when you get there at the pump, the gas is done on you. You don't want that, okay? You want to make sure that you're not in that predicament. Okay, so what else? Oh, if you don't own a home and have a nice garage to park your car in, and you have to park your car in the parking lot like myself outside your apartment, as much as you want to park under the cool shady tree, don't do that. I know you don't want your battery to burn out. You don't want the color of your car to get burnt out, and this and that and the other, and whatever the reason is that you don't want to happen. You want to park the car under a nice cool tree. Try practice parking your car away from trees, because if you're at work, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. If you are at work, and that's one of the reasons why I did this live tonight. If you are at work, okay, and you suddenly get the news that there's a hurricane about to hit, okay, it's approaching. It will be here in the next, few hours or something. You want to make sure that, and what if you can't get out of the building, in time? you want to make sure that you're not parked close to a tree, especially like it's a tornado season as well. And tornado, even though we get a tornado warning from time to time, but sometimes they happen so fast, so quick, you know, you want to make sure that you're not, close to a tree, especially with the hurricane or heavy winds. Like, because when those tree branches fall, that's it. I understand that you might say, oh, I have insurance. Yeah, I know. We all have insurance. But think about this. You're going to have to take off. It's the whole hassle. And the whole, it's just annoying. Dealing with the insurance company, going here, there, going to get the car fixed, having to wait. Some places don't give a loaner. Then you have to rent something. It's the whole craziness of it. You want to avoid that, okay? So I try not to park next to a tree. I'm not saying that debris or something can still hit the car, but the chances are slimmer than if you park under a tree, okay? So try to park in a clear, open area if you can. That is. What else? I can't think of anything else. If you can think of anything else that I might have left out in this long, boring video, please drop it in the comment section below, okay? And let me know. And also let me know if you have been preparing for emergency situations. Let me know if you're not preparing, if you are going to start preparing. Let me know if you are a last minute person, likes to do things at the last minute. I'm not a last minute person. I do not like to do things at the last minute. I'm a planner. I like to plan way ahead of time. That's just how I am. I'm one of those people. My best friend, she's like, I don't know I wouldn't say everything, but she's more of a last minute person. But she does really well at the last minute. She really does. Not everybody can do well in the last minute. A lot of people, they panic at the last minute. I panic at the last minute. I don't know my head from my toe at the last minute. I do like foolishness. If I'm rushing, it's bad. Everything, I start doing nonsense. I cannot rush. I cannot, I'm not spontaneous like that. I'm not a spontaneous person. Maybe in some situation, but for the most part, I'm not spontaneous. I like to plan, and I like to, I'm very organized, and I like to plan and have things a certain way. I'm very what do you call it? Particular about certain things. So, but I'm not saying not everybody's like that. And I don't knock a person who's spontaneous, really, because everybody's different. What works for you might not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you. So I'm not going to knock you if you're not organized as I am. I'm not going to knock you if you're not a planner as I am. But to each his own. You have to do what works for you, okay? And you shouldn't knock me either, okay? So that's just how it is. All right, anything else? I hope I didn't leave anything else out. I think that's it. And this is the longest live I've ever done. And so I am going to end the live now. Oh, and yeah, for the Ludi board that I showed you, these are the pieces. If you don't have these, okay, these pieces, they're so cool. Amazon, baby. Well, Amazon, I ordered it from a third party through Amazon. Then it's a Jamaican company, okay? The first one that they sent me came broke, and they were so nice about it. They were so nice enough. They were willing to send me another one right away. So I have to tell you that they really did satisfy me as a customer. Yeah, so yeah, and the you can go to www.jamaicanludu.com. That's the website. I might, if you want, I can drop the link in the description below if you would like. like. I'm not gonna put it there unless you request it. I will. Okay, but yeah, that's where I got it, through Amazon. Amazon were really helpful when the pieces came broken, and I took pictures and I sent to them. Like the minute I opened the box, the pieces were just falling apart everywhere. I did nothing to it just it seems like it was damaged on the way, and so right away I called them and I sent the pictures and everything, and they were so nice enough to reach out to the third party company, and the third party company was so responsive, and they did apologize and everything, and they did send me quickly another board. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, with the service. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and all the other games were store bought. Yeah, that's it. All right, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I hope this information was helpful, or for some, this reminder was helpful for you. And if you have not started your emergency list as yet, that you're planning on doing so. If you have already started, I hope you continue to do so until you complete it. And if you already, um, you have already completed your list, then thumbs up to you. Awesome job. All right. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you in my next upload. Take care.